way. Coaching has some distinctions about a way of being with other people, which is a little bit different than most anything we know. And I'm going to say, to some degree, is somewhat unnatural and rather paradoxical in just its stance, right? And completely harmonious. I'd say the most harmonious way of being from a 3P grounded perspective. A coaching stance, I would say, is the most aligned way of being and relating to another person is as a coach. In 3P, in the community, there are different professions or expressions of that. There is therapy, psychology, psychiatry, counseling, teaching. You can teach the 3 principles, facilitating the 3 principles. I'd say there's a lot of preaching of the 3 principles. Right? So there's many modalities with which you can interact with your family, with potential clients like that. And I would say that coaching, pure coaching, is the most harmonious, has the most integrity with a way of relating to other people if you were really grounded in what 3P is. Right? From that understanding that says there is innate wisdom in the other person. They are the potential and possibility of the universe. They are connected to infinite intelligence. They are an expression of mind. Right? From that understanding, a coaching stance, interacting with them from a coaching stance, to me has the most integrity and harmony as a way of interacting. If I take a teaching stance, for example, I'm assuming that I know something they do not, and that I can teach them, and that what I know that I can teach them. The part of the reason, if you want to be effective as a teacher, teaching is effective if it's not in the other person. So if you and I were, sitting here and you needed to figure out how to use Excel because you've got to crunch numbers and do a budget, believe me, I would not coach you. If I would simply teach you, because there is nothing inside of you to be evoked about an Excel spreadsheet and how to use it. And if I attempted to coach you to use Excel, in very shortly, you'd probably punch me because you'd be so frustrated as I start asking you questions like, well, as you look at that spreadsheet on your computer, where do you think the menu item might be to do such and such? And here's the thing, it's not in you. It's just not in you. Yeah. So what is far more effective is to teach you. I can teach you things that are not in you, right? But if I'm grounded in 3P and you're having a problem that you're trying to work out, and I really am grounded in 3P, then teaching, I would not be that tempted to do. But you see, the problem is I'd be stuck having to teach you if I couldn't coach. If I didn't have the skill of coaching, I kind of don't have many options. So I sit you down and I say, well, let me tell you something about how mind, thought, and consciousness work, because I think that's what your problem is. And I would attempt to teach you something. But again, really grounded in 3P, I would evoke it from you. And coaching is a way to do that with the skills and competencies of coaching. So,
yeah. Sorry, Dominic, just to add it, just to riff on that a little bit, I agree 100%, or I've come to agree with Dominic's assessment 100% that the language of coaching or the modality of coaching is in my opinion the most respectful way that people can interact with one another from a place of being grounded in 3P. There's no need to teach or tell. If my language is quite simple. I think what I came to see is that we're all miracles, and if I'm sitting across from another miracle, what do I have to teach them? I mean, the answer is nothing. Excuse me, I could teach them how to use an Excel spreadsheet, but I don't have anything to teach them about their miraculousness. But could I use coaching skills to help a person see that for themselves? And I think the answer there is yes. And could I do that in a way that is respectful without assuming that I know more and they know less? Which I think is such a great equalizer in coaching. We do hold people as creative, resourceful, and whole. And there's an equalizing effect that has, in my experience, in conversation, rather than creating a gap that I now have to fill. We're on even footing, you know. If I hope that resonates for people. I'm not quite as articulate. See, there you go. Not quite as articulate as Dominic is, but you know, that's ACC and MCC. So you're getting the best.
No, it isn't. It's what makes us a great team.
This is right. This is true. Thank you, Dominic.